the scent of your perfume was still in the air. It reminded me of us still being there. But baby, you're not there, waiting for me. No, no, it's not, it's not, it's not. Ooh, baby, it's not the same. Ooh, baby, it's not, it's not. Ooh, baby, it's not the same. Ooh, baby, it's not, it's not.
What's up, people? We are back here. Thank you. Happy holidays for tuning in to another edition of Alpha Nation. I am your boy, your host, Ray Grady, man. Let me tell you, it is an honor to be back after the holidays, after you get fat from eating all the foods that you shouldn't be doing. All you workout people, salute to you. All you cats that backslid, salute to you. Don't worry about it. Live your best life. I would say salute to you. That's what I would do. Yes, right. Okay. Cheers to you, brother. That's what we do.
Apple juice.
Tea. That's what I got. Tea. You got apple juice. I bought him tea. So let's say this, right? I would say this. Thank you for Posh for letting Ray Grady bring Alpha Nation to the spot. You know, he's just product placement. Niggas got their own water. You know, salute to them. You know what I'm saying? So we got Evian, we got what's the other one? Essential, and we got Posh water. These bougie nigga waters. That's what that is. Posh is. I heard the term or the word Posh from the chick from the Spice Girls.
Posh Spice.
Her.
Is it Posh Spice?
It don't matter. Some with the ice in it. It don't matter. It's her. So yeah, that's the first time I heard Posh, and that was what, 98.
Damn.
98, I think that's when they came out. I was 90 something, I think it was 98. So, thank you guys for tuning in, man. I have a great episode. A dear friend of mine, an OG in the game, somebody that I truly, truly respect, somebody that you don't want to bomb in front of because you'll never do his show ever again. He lie and say,
man.
Come back 6 months, 6 weeks. Anytime he say with the 6, it's some devil shit like bye. You know what I'm saying? He telling you get up out of here. But this cat here from Carson, California.
That's what's up.
He's a brilliant comedic writer, stand-up performer, writes for, y'all heard of George Lopez? He's one of his writers. You heard of Russell Peters? Heard of Russell Peters?
Hey, well, look, can I say something?
No, I ain't through. I want your intro right.
Go ahead.
I want your intro right, goddammit.
Go ahead.
Russell Peters, and then D.L. Hughley. When it's time for them to go get their specials or go on the road or go out of the country, they contact this cat here. Ladies and gentlemen of Alpha Nation, salute to all my Grady gang members out there that support the brand. Mr. Ruben Paul.
What up?
Right?
What up? First of all, let me just say this. Nothing but love and respect for you, man. From day one, I appreciate you having me on. But let me clarify something just from the top when we talk about writing.
Mm-hmm.
So in this comedy game,
Okay.
a lot of comedians don't like to divulge to the audience that they have people who they collaborate with.
Okay.
And let me just say this, like in hip hop, you know, we shit on people for having ghost writers, like, oh, he didn't write that shit. They'll say something like Nicki Minaj didn't write that, Lil Wayne wrote that for her or whatever. But I truly believe in comedy, you know, it's good to have sounding boards.
Yeah.
So when you hear of a comedian writing for other comedians, it's usually somebody that the comic respects.
Yeah.
And you're basically brainstorming. Like, it's very rare. Now, I have done this for some people, but it's rare that you just sit down and write something to go, here, Grady, say this. That's not usually what the writing process is for comedians. So it's always weird when you hear people shitting on comics for having people that they collaborate with, because every great comic, in my opinion, has somebody that they collaborate with. If Richard Pryor can have somebody that he collaborates with, nobody is above having anybody, because sometimes as you grow and you start doing movies and doing other things,
Yeah.
you don't have the time to dedicate. So you need somebody like, yo, Grady's my dude. Hey man, I was thinking of these things, and we sit and we go back and
Yeah.
forth, and then you construct what you guys would see in a special or in a set. So I think when people try to shit on people for helping them put a set together,
Okay.
I just think it's ignorant. And they don't really realize what it takes to put together a good hour of material. And I will say this without saying any names, any great comic that you think is great, like that's at the top of the food chain, they have somebody that they collaborate with, that they talk with, that they run material with. So to sit up and shit on people, but I'll say Kevin Hart is rare because Kevin actually names his writers.
And I know all his writers.
Yes.
Yeah, we know them.
Yeah, we know them.
Yeah.
Because he makes it public and they get paid accordingly. He gives them credit on the
More than accordingly, nigga.
Come
they
on, man.
get bread.
They
All
get
of them
bread.
rich.
They get bread.
All of them bread.
They get bread. So I just think a lot of times, I was in Clubhouse. You know,
Okay.
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
I was in Clubhouse, and shout out Ryan Davis had made a mention how Russell Peters has mentioned my name in different interviews as somebody when he's putting his set together that he contacts. And it's just weird that in this comedy game, people feel some type of way about that.
You saying Ryan Davis, the little short comic?
Yeah, yeah.
From North Carolina?
Yes.
The dope dealer.
I didn't
I
know
call
that.
every pharmaceutical salesman a dope
A dope
dealer.
deal. Okay.
I don't never take them off.
But
the
in
street.
the Clubhouse, he kind of had mentioned, because I think Russell was doing some interview and he had mentioned my name. Hey,
Okay.
when I put my special together, I contact Ruben Paul,
Of course.
et cetera, et cetera. And it's just weird because there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, trust me, if Netflix is paying me 10 mil or 5 mil, 1 mil, you might get a phone call like, Grady, I'm trying to run the set, dude. I want to run some stuff by you. I just think it's more natural than people think, is
Okay.
what I'm trying to say. The public thinks that all these people that you revere as geniuses do it all by themselves and they don't have any collaboration whatsoever. And that's really not the fact, dude. Because I think sometimes you need a certain eye. It's just like if you're doing a movie, you need a director to
Yeah.
kind of direct you.
Give you direction.
Exactly.
Give you direction, yeah. So I would say this, and I'm glad you cleared that up, because I think I'm not 20 yet, but I'll be 20 this year. Years in standing, telling jokes. And I've always thought it was a badge of honor for the camaraderie.
Absolutely.
That was me. Maybe I was just probably, behind the 8 ball, because you hear everybody say, I did it by myself, I'm thinking people saying, I did it by myself, is talking about their team with agents, management, PR, they telling them what to say, what to do, who to go after, what genre to go after, what demographic to go after. And then once they say, I did it. Now, because me and you both
Yes.
attest to this, right? Ruben Paul is respected by the comedians. And then he goes abroad. Abroad is the world.
Yeah.
This material is not for niggas, not for black folks, white trash, white people, and dignitaries, whatever. His jokes is really universal, right?
Yeah.
So now, to have him be over here with Ray Grady and all that type of shit, you have to know when you gifted with that pen. You know?
yeah.
Because you can see cats that, come on, you
Well,
know when niggas is gifted with that pen.
Absolutely.
When we was up at the, I seen him, I'll tell you when, you probably remember this, we was at the 24-hour fitness in Santa Monica.
Nigga.
On Welsh.
Yes.
On Ocean Park. And I'm coming downstairs.
That's my spot.
I come downstairs. He's coming up the
Damn,
stairs.
that's crazy.
And he look and he say, Ray Grady. And I'm like,
Whoa.
I said, what's up, OG? He was like, Ruby Tuesdays. I was like, I'm not ready. I'm going to scare your audience. I was like, I'm going to scare your audience.
But here's the crazy thing. Well, it's crazy that you brought that up. I forgot about, because that's my spot I used to go
That's
to.
your spot too. Yeah.
But Tony Rock is the first person who told me about you.
Yeah, Tony.
So
Motherfucker.
I went to the Comedy Store
Brooklyn, nigga.
and saw you, and I was like,
Don't
yo,
bullshit me.
No. Nigga,
Yeah,
I
you
ain't
ain't
never
gonna
gonna
bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah, you
I don't play with comedy.
No, you don't.
I don't play with
You'll
comedy.
fight over it.
Yeah.
I believe you'll really.
Absolutely.
I really believe.
Because I love it. And that's why I'm not a hater. Like, I root for comedians
No.
to win. Like, I love to see funny people. I love to see people excel. And when I saw you, Tony was like, yo, this dude Grady is hilarious. And I was like, Grady? He was like, yo, he from Chicago, you don't know him? I'm like, nigga, I know Corey, I know D-Ray, I don't know. Like, no disrespect to you,
No,
I didn't know you.
brilliant comics, yeah.
So
Brilliant.
I went and saw you at the Comedy Store
No shit.
at Fat Tuesdays.
Wow.
And I was like,
My favorite club in the whole world.
absolutely. And I was like, yo, this dude is funny. Now let me just say this. I never set out to write for anybody.
Okay.
Like that was never, I never woke up one morning like, yo, I want to be a writer. I want to write jokes for comedians. I just had a passion for stand-up. I started doing stand-up. And then I was blessed enough to have people that I look like. DL was my first mentor in comedy.
Salute.
Salute DL Hughley, one of the best to ever do it. I used to work with his dad at Delta Airlines. And
Oh shit.
crazy story. So I started doing comedy. I'm touch my mic. I was fresh out of college, and I was working at Delta Airlines, and just started doing comedy. When you first start doing comedy, you don't know shit, but if you love it, you immerse yourself in it.
Yes.
So
That's true.
any open mic you at, any club you hear that they're doing comedy you at, any after hours where people are eating that you hear comics hanging out, you try to be a part of that environment. And I remember when I first started doing comedy, I was just so excited that after the set, you didn't want to go home. So everybody was like, yo, we going to Denny's after the show, or we're going to Norm's, or we're going to Jerry's Deli, or we're going wherever. I would go. But my shift at Delta started at 5 a.m.
Oh wow. Wait a minute. You was a ramp nigga?
Yes, nigga. What you know about the ramp?
I don't know, I just guess. Shit.
Yeah.
I can't see you at customer service.
No,
I can't see you like, yeah, well, get your buzz, you know,
I was on the ramp.
put it up on the
I loaded the
weighing
planes,
scale.
and DL's pops loaded the plane. But I remember, thank God for Kevin Savage was my manager. And I remember when I first started doing comedy, dude, I would get home after doing a set and after hanging out, I'd get home like at 3:30 in the morning.
Kevin said, was he short?
You don't know him. He was a white boy who was just my manager at Delta.
I graduated with a nigga named Kevin Savage. But go
Really?
ahead. That's no bullshit.
So,
His uncle was state representative, Emil Savage.
oh,
Yeah, but you don't know what he is.
hey,
I
but,
just-
but you know what? Like shit connects that you don't even know about.
Real shit though. Go
So I'll
ahead.
tell you a story. So I had to be at work at 5.
At 5.
I get home at 3:30. So a couple of times I overslept. And I remember he pulled me to the side. He's like, hey man, you're always on time. Why have you been late these last couple of times? It's like, oh man, Kev, I started doing stand up. He was like, really? I said, yeah. He's like, are you good at it?
Damn.
And I said, I think so.
I ain't gonna laugh.
I said, I think so.
Yeah.
He said, all right, come in at 10, but I'm gonna pay you like you came in at 5.
No.
But he said, you'll have no breaks from when you come in. Like when you come in at 10, you working all the way. So I worked every flight. So long story short,
Shit.
one day, so shout out to Kevin, man. Thank you so much. Cause he kept me afloat.
Damn.
So one day I'm loading the planes and DL's father comes and he goes, they was like, yo, he wants to talk to you. So when the OGs want to talk to you, so I come down off the ramp.
You go.
Yeah.
You get sent for.
Rest in peace, Mr. Hughley. And me and DL talked about this. So I come and he goes, yo, man, I heard you doing this comedy stuff. And I go, yeah. He's like, you might know my son. I was like, I just started, miss. I just started. He's like, his name is Daryl. I was like, I don't know no Daryls. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. You might know him as DL. I said, DL Hughley is your son? He's like, yeah. I run to the break room. I called DL. I said, yo, I work with your pops. He said, nigga, you work at Delta? I said, yeah, dude. And from that moment forward,
Right.
just a whole nother level. We was already cool, but DL,
respect.
Of respect.
Okay.
So DL was the first comedian I'd ever seen perform live.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it goes way back with being at the barbershops, talking shit at the barbershops,
Yeah, put it down, yeah.
talking shit at the barbershop, and my barber going, you need to do stand-up, you need to do stand-up, you need to do stand-up. There was a spot called Birdland West in Long Beach. Snoop, all these people used to go to this spot. And this was before, I think this was right before Def Comedy Jam or right after. I got to really sit and think about it. Long story short, I go to the spot, it's jam-packed. It blew my fucking mind. Because the only black comedians I'd ever seen was Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby, just the famous black comedians. I didn't know, this is pre-Comic View,
Def Jam. Yeah.
So there was no real black exposure for comedians, so you only thought it was white boys and then Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby.
Real shit. Maybe Arsenio. Yeah. Well, the emergence.
So nigga, I show up at Birdland West. It's jam-packed on a Tuesday night. All black people.
Long Beach?
Long Beach. All black people.
Wow.
All black people, jam-packed. My mind was fucking blown. I was 20, just turned 21. Mm-hmm. And I went to watch, because dude was like, yo, you should go watch. And I remember seeing DL. I remember seeing Pierre Edwards.
Brilliant.
Shout out DC.
OG.
Shout out Pierre. And Buddy Lewis.
OG, Gary, Indiana.
Yo, love Buddy Lewis. Buddy's one of my mentors. I've been blessed, bro. And I remember just being, like my head was fucked up. DL was so funny, because in my head I was like, yo, these niggas is funnier than anybody I'd ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Show's over, lights come on, you know you're at the club, and I'm sitting there in my seat. DL walked straight to me. Never met him, never seen him in my life. He goes, you enjoy the show? I said, yeah, man. I'm thinking about doing this. He said, you should do it. Fast forward a couple years later.
You meet his dad. You work with his dad.
All the shit came together, but
Damn.
The fact that he came directly to me and said this without me even knowing who he was, never heard of him, anything. He was like, you should do stand-up. And then years later to do stand-up and for him to become my first mentor was just, it was meant to be.
I think, you know what? The reason why I started Alpha Nation, I started because I felt like none of us really had a voice. After you say the white folks only pick one nigga at a time, you know this.
Yes.
A lot of you people don't know. Anglo-Saxons in Hollywood pick one nigga at a time. Not black woman and black man, one nigga. You understand? So that's Chappelle, that's Cat Williams, that's
Kevin.
one nigga. Kevin is the new nigga.
Mike Epps.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's nobody after Kevin. It's COVID, and then it's the internet and social media, whatever, right? No more. Kevin is the last of Hollywood picking niggas, okay?
Yeah.
So the crazy thing about that is doing this platform, saying, okay, stop complaining, dictate what you want, right? When I first started stand-up, my barber, he was very influential in that. And then in Chicago.
Isn't that crazy that we both had barbers who?
No, he
like,
locked
yo.
me out the door. Your barber ain't never locked you out.
Yeah.
He locked me out.
Well, I used to sit for 6 hours for a haircut.
Yeah, he told me one day, yo, you got a gift, man. Ray, you go ahead, you should do stand-up.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm too serious, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll come in and perform in the garage. But I'm really just talking about other people.
Of course.
And then he really took it serious. Love and Care, hair salon, walked in. I got my appointment. He was like, yo, man, I meant to tell you, you got a gift. You expose your gift to the world, dog.
Whoa.
I said, what? He said, all right, nigga, come on, come to the Jeep with me. Go to the Jeep. Nigga just kind of gently open the door. I go out. I'm thinking he come out with me. He come out, but he walks, but he has his hand and grabs the door and goes back in. So I forgot something, and he locked the door. So I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cats all in the parking lot, like, Ray, what you doing, folk? When you on your haircut? That type of stuff. And I would say 8 days later, I was on stage.
Wow.
So I think a lot of people don't know stand-up comedy. We're not fucking jesters.
No.
A lot of people don't know that. So, and our thing, by you helping the cat get to the level, because a lot of people don't know if this cat here, a lot of people don't know Ray Grady called him to help me with my special. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. We sat at Coffee Bean several times, several hours, and he's saying, what's up with this bit? Well, this is my bit where I'm talking about men laying on their stomach and eating tomatoes and having slippers. And then he says, all right, nigga, you can act. Give it to them. Let them see it.
Yeah.
And live in the moment. I didn't know what he was talking about. He's just telling Grady, get rid of the fear.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Get rid of the fear, Grady. Once you walk on stage and the people are there for you, I'll never forget how you eloquently put it. You said, once you walk on stage, lil' bro, the people there for you. And so then for the people being there for Grady, you said, give them something that they can remember. I never was like, damn, okay. Because he was like, what was the stand-up special that you wanted to do? The only stand-up special I wanted to do, it wasn't Comedy Central. It wasn't Comic View. It wasn't no show. It was First Amendment, Martin Lawrence. I didn't give a fuck about no other show.
That's interesting.
I didn't give two shits about Comedy Central because I just felt like, who give a fuck?
Yeah.
I felt like the world is so colorful and you're only going for these same niggas. And we're not all the same people.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago, you from Carson.
Yeah.
My roots is Mississippi. Your roots is Haitian, Haiti.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that shit. The world is everyone.
Everyone.
So once I figured out, and I used to perform with lynchings on my shirt. I used to perform with lynchings. So people would be like, they want to laugh, but they like, and I'll just stop and be like, the burning necklace, Duluth, Minnesota, 1933.
Yeah.
They knew then, like, oh, this.
He's different.
I'm different. I'm a different nigga.
I'm a different dude.
I might offend you because I don't want none of your whores.
Well, I would say this, dude. Like, first and foremost, I love comedy. I love comedy. And I love comedians because I know...
Pull it down. Just pull your hoodie down. There we go.
I know how hard it is to do what we do. Okay. So my first instinct is to support.
Yes.
So when I run into somebody who doesn't love it as much as me, who doesn't take it as serious as me, then I don't have the same respect.
Oh no!
Just because it's about.
We know how you get, nigga. I know how you get.
Because it's about the art form, man, and comedy is so subjective.
Yes, it is.
And me and you talked about this on the phone the other day.
Yes.
Is, to write for somebody. Truly, for me, this is for me personally. I have to have some respect for you, off the jump.
Off the day.
If it's a motherfucker, because there's been some people who've come to me and were like, "Hey man, can you help it?" But I didn't really
respect their artwork.
I didn't really. So
the pen.
I was cool. I was cool with that. I was cool on that.
You're like the Lord Finesse of our shit.
Lord Finesse is my dude.
I'm not making it up, man. I'm being serious.
No,
bro.
Lord Finesse is my dude, for real.
For real?
Nigga.
That's so nice.
Yo. I'm talking about a great producer.
Wait a minute. He the dude that wrote for Nas. Or produced for Nas.
Bruh.
All right, I ain't gonna say Nas.
So
I'll quit. I'm gonna let you make it.
When we talked about my boy who I'm gonna get to do in your show where I said Kango staying with him, Nessa's staying at the crib too. Yo, when we hook it up, it's you just gonna be like, yo, you fucking kidding me, dude.
Like, I'm not fucking with him. Like, I literally said, just listening to what he's talking about, and I'm like, Lord Finesse of our shit.
But
him saying this is his man.
But here's the thing.
Omens.
This being the Alpha show and being
Alpha Nation.
Alpha Nation and being an alpha male as you are, as I am, I love to see people win.
You had that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I went to your page just for today, just to be like, because you're like a jaguar. Most people don't see jaguars in the wild. They don't see leopards in the wild. They see cheetahs and lions and wild dogs, dingoes, but your ass, when you come out, they be like, Ruben here. And then when I saw that, And I didn't know you was an avid Raider. I was like, okay, he'll fight over Raider Nation. Right? So I'm sitting there looking on your page and I'm like, okay, I can never talk bad about their defense because he's gonna probably stop like, right?
Our defense
like, look,
is horrible.
Nigga, right?
Horrible.
But I don't know football because my favorite player, he's been out for a minute, Steve Atwater.
Why?
My favorite.
That's random. Denver Broncos.
Because he's a gangster, that's why.
He was a beast.
All right then, and he was skinny.
He was a beast.
Compared to Christian Okoye, 235, 240.
When he smashed him on that Monday Night Football game.
Ended his career. He told him, I'm going to knock you out 5-6 yards behind that backfield.
You brought up a
and
name.
ended his fucking career, and that was the end of that. Okay.
Denver Broncos, Steve Atwater, number 27, I believe.
Come on. I ain't got to help you. You already know.
Yeah, he was a beast.
So the cool thing about it was I just felt when OGs and niggas that has respect, they'll find you. You ain't got to go up to niggas and be like, yo, I'm Grady.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so I just felt like, man, let me step back and just watch these niggas.
When you have a D.L. Hughley or even a George Lopez, and people, like, even when I talk to George sometimes and we'll be having conversation.
Is he a real dude?
He's a real dude.
Street nigga?
Yo.
This is me, nigga. I mean,
come on.
We'll cut that out if you don't want it.
No. He's a real motherfucker. You know what I mean?
George Lopez.
Yes. And but to be perfectly honest, our relationship is big brother, little brother. You know, big brothers.
Shit.
You know, big brothers can be assholes sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But I will say,
all my big brothers know I'm the baby.
Come on.
And then they be like, all right, what you want to do?
But you can learn from them. And I remember, like, sometimes when we would be talking and going over stuff, and he would go, oh man, that's good. And I'd be like, dude, I learned that from you. But sometimes when you're in a certain position, when we're getting back to collaborating with other comedians, it's like you have the ability to, okay, I see, here's a unique skill set that I have.
Okay.
Because I love comedy so much. And I study comedy so much.
Yes, you do.
When I see somebody successful, I ask myself why is that person successful? What is it about them that makes them successful?
Yeah.
So most of the times, anybody you name, I can tell you why they're famous. Because you know, sometimes you like, how that nigga get on? Man, that nigga's whack. But when you really pass through all your personal jealousy or hate or whatever, and you really look at somebody, you go, okay, I see exactly why that person is successful. So a lot of times when I see somebody, I'm able to identify, I can watch you and I go, oh, I know exactly why the crowd likes you. I know what it is about you. And not everybody can do this, but I know what it is about Grady that ingratiates the audience to Grady. So if me and you are collaborating with you, I can give you a perspective that you probably don't know because you're in it. You're the performer. Yeah. You just being yourself. Yeah. And I go, Grady, the audience loves when you do X, Y, and Z, or this is what they really respond to. Because one thing about me, dude, not to pop my collar.
Nigga, toot your horn, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Nigga, I could walk into a room and read the room quickly. I can read the audience quickly. So when it's my time to go on stage, I already know what to do. Not saying that I'm going to pander my set to the audience or I'm going to dictate it, but I kind of see the vibe of the room and go, okay, this, when you come to a room, go, okay, I'm going to start with this.
Because when you booked me, the first time you booked me for
Ruby Tuesdays.
And I want to get into the Ruby Tuesdays.
Definitely.
So every comic in LA, everybody wants to do Ruby Tuesdays at the legendary, famous
But can I tell you why?
Factory.
But can I tell you why they want to do it? Can I
Go
tell?
ahead.
So here's the thing about Ruby Tuesdays.
Go ahead.
We both know as black comics in this business, and you alluded to it earlier about how Hollywood picks one nigga at a time.
Pick one nigga every 5 years.
Is as being a black comic and as knowing so many dope black comics.
Yes, sir.
I kind of see how we don't get the same opportunities or the same exposure that white comics get. So
I'm gonna be quiet.
shout out to Jamie Masada. I told him, he approached me about doing a room because Jamie felt like, you know, he believed in me. He felt like I was a dope comedian and I needed more exposure. He was like, yo, you need to do your own night. But being the type of person that I was, or I am, is I didn't want the night to be only about Ruben Paul. So I said, all right, Jamie, I'll do my own night if I'm allowed to bring in comedians, number one, that I think that you would like because it's your club, but also that people need to be exposed to.
Yeah.
Because comedy is so segregated.
Yeah.
Mo Better Mondays, Fat Tuesday.
Tripping on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tripping on Tuesdays, whatever it is.
Fat Tuesday, Tripping on Tuesday,
Same shit.
Same shit.
And there's nothing wrong with those rooms. We need those rooms. Our black people wouldn't have a place to perform. Yeah. But some of those black comics can work any other night of the week with any other audience.
Yeah.
And when I saw you going back to seeing you at the Comedy Store at Fat Tuesdays, in your head you might think only niggas think I'm funny. That might have been.
I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna let you finish. I ain't gonna cut you with.
That might have been your thought. I don't know. Or you probably didn't give a fuck about anybody else but niggas.
I don't care. That's all I care about.
Of course. Okay. But what I saw is, damn man, people are missing out on a dude like this.
That's nice.
People need to see this.
That's nice of you.
Because we don't give the comedy audiences enough credit. Like, you can like Jerry Seinfeld and Bernie Mac at the same time.
Yes.
You can like
Larry David.
You can like Larry David and Cedric.
Seinfeld, same time.
And Cedric at the same time. You can like Mike Epps and you can like Dane Cook at the same time. Mm-hmm. And people think that, oh, I only like black shit or I only like white. Fuck that, man. Good comedy is good comedy, and what you were doing was good comedy. So when I created Ruby Tuesdays, my first thing in my head was, how can I get black comedians exposure in front of audiences that they wouldn't normally play in front of? And I can show this club owner that they deserve more than just nigga night.
Say that again?
They deserve more.
No, look at the camera. It's right there. Any one of them.
They deserve more than just nigga night.
Stop right there. You hear what he just said? Put the camera on. You hear what he just said? Here's a cat, 20 plus years in the game. He's validated in our line of work. He's validated as one of the elder statesmen. He's not even a colleague. He's a statesman. Like, yo, that's Ruben Paul. We don't even diss this nigga. We be like, oh, that's Ruben. We just be like, oh, that's
well,
Ruben.
That's good to hear.
Right? Well, I don't. I don't know how most dudes do.
Fuck them if they do.
Right?
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, Urban Nigga Nights is for white clubs to put niggas in there for the weekend. And I'm using nigga because I want it to be offensive, because the shit that they do to comics as well as any other genre, they'll give all the Anglo-Saxon comics and they know, and you're here. None of the fucking white comics put more asses in seats more than nigga comedians. All right then.
100%.
So when I see an agent and I'm like, how many black comics you got on your roster? And I'm like, we got one, we got Chris Rock, and we have Kevin. I don't fuck with you. I don't respect you at that time. I just feel like you're lazy.
Yeah.
So you're not going to find it.
Lazy is the key word, because I think a lot of times the industry looks at black comics like we're a monolith. You know what I mean? Like a monolith, like we're monolithic, like we're all the same.
Like mono on the record player back in the day. I just heard it at 33.
Yes. So when you take somebody like yourself or people that are outside what the norm would be, because, you know, white folks always look for the friendly Negro, the one that white folks might like, and I fell into that category.
Because you fair skinned like me and you, we can go in and play with the hunters.
Corey Holcomb, first time he met me, he was like, I bet them white folks love you. I said, why you say that? He's like, nigga, Corey goes, because you speak clear. I said, clear? Nigga, because I went to college?
Corey, that nigga Corey crazy.
Love Corey Holcomb.
Yeah.
Corey's my guy for life. But the point is, I knew, just because the first 5 years I did stand-up, all I did was black clubs.
Really?
So when I went to the mainstream side and I saw all these different types of comedians or whatever. And I was
Say the truth. Say these pandering niggas.
Pandering
Say it.
niggas.
All right, man. Come on. This me, big bro. Come on, man.
So when you go on there and you go, there's no reason why a Ray Grady or
Dominique.
Dominique.
Dominique called me. Go ahead. I ain't gonna cut you, Wilson.
Yo.
I'll tell you what Dominique said
Yo.
about you.
Yo, Dominique,
what you
yo, shout out Dominique. If you guys don't know who Dominique,
What? That's how she talk. What? How?
Hey, Rube, these niggas don't know nothing about no comedy, shawty. I'm gonna
I
tell
ain't
you,
really
man.
done
I
all
don't
that
fuck with
dance
nobody.
slam.
All I care about is funny and not funny. And if you not funny, I ain't fucking with you. Shout out Dominique.
When Dominique said, Grady, you need to be up there at Ruben, she said, nigga, your mean ass need to be up there at Ruby Twos is Grady. Cause look, you got that gift. And I was like,
So
look.
I gotta cut you off. Come
on.
So let me tell you about Grady. Let me tell you about Grady, just to get back to the real shit. I'm dropping my mic shit.
All right, put it
because
in
we're
your-
drinking apple juice.
Put it on the table. Put it on
So
the table.
one thing that I knew about you, and
Okay.
I just feel like I have an understanding of comedy. I don't have it all figured out. I'm not the best comedian in the world. I'm still growing. I'm still learning my own self.
Okay.
But I just knew, and one of my gratifying moments is, and what I knew is, because what Ruby Tuesday represent is, since I worked all the rooms, I worked black rooms, I worked Latino rooms, I worked Asian rooms, I worked white rooms, I worked everything.
And you perform for the troops.
And I performed for the
Don't
show. I
forget
performed for
that.
everybody. So when I did a room, my idea was, I'm gonna bring the dopest comedians from every room that I work and put them on one show. And one of my greatest feelings, my greatest moments was when a dope ass white comic or a dope ass Mexican comic or whatever goes, who's that? And I go, that's Grady. And they go, I've never heard of this guy before. This guy's fucking hilarious. And I go, that's the problem with stand-up comedy. That's the problem. We don't fucking know each other. The dope motherfuckers should all know the dope motherfuckers. Period. In the NFL, Lamar Jackson knows who Kelso is, who Kelsey is, the tight end.
And Mahomes.
Mahomes and Brady. Everybody kind of knows each other because we're all in the same thing, and comedy is so segregated. So I wanted to have a night where I just got the best of the best, no matter what race you were, so I could have you on a show with Sarah Tiana, where I could have you on a show.
Brilliant. Don't stop there.
Come on, man.
She brilliant.
Dude.
Georgia chick. That's my
Come on,
that's my
man.
nigga.
And
man.
when you,
Then you put us on the show that
I
night.
put you on the show that night, and when
And
you,
she sat in the audience, it was like this.
yo, dude, it's nothing better than seeing dope comedians
Yeah.
discover other dope comedians.
She don't even know me.
Yeah, and then I think it was, I can't even remember, it was somebody you seen, you was like, yo, Rube, who's that? I ain't never seen that motherfucker.
Yakamina. Did I say her name right?
Yamanika.
That nigga. I was like, who is
Shout
that
out
nigga?
my sis Yamanika from New York.
I said,
who's
who
a
is
bit-
that nigga?
Yeah,
Right?
she's a beast.
But the cool thing was, when I did his show, right, I was so scared because I didn't want Ruben. The whole thing was, Ruben, this when you know OGs is like they respect you. And then he say the most slickest shit in the world. He say, they here for you, dude. I'm gonna bring you up third. And then walk off and drink his little bullshit drink. And then I'm
Bullshit, nigga. You
Right.
know I
I
drink
know you
all
drink.
high end. I'm all high end.
But at the time, I'm sitting there like, what is he doing, right? So, Alpha Nation, I go do Ruby Tuesdays, and he has Amir Khan.
Oh, funny Amir.
Salute Amir.
Salute Amir.
He said, what's up, Grady? And I'm looking at him like, what up, G? I thought he was and I'm looking like, oh, shit, that's Amir Khan. With the hat, I thought, oh, what's up, G? What up, bro? So he says, I'm about to go up and I'm gonna watch your set. I'm like, yeah.
Can I say something to you?
No, but not really. But I want to say mine first.
Finish your shit and I'm about to
then-
tell you something real.
And so the crazy shit was, I go up, no black people in the audience, maybe two. All of these people, and I said, this is like the United Nations. That was my opening,
Yes, yes.
like banter. I said, this is like the
remember.
United Nations. And the crowd erupts in laughter. I said, fuck it. Ruben only giving me 5 minutes.
I gave you more than 5.
You gme
minutes.
10.
Yeah.
So 10 is 5, right?
10 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I sit in the laughter because they like, holy shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I said, Ruben said it's gonna be an all black club. I looks around and I see, what's up, G? And it was one black dude over here, then there was another. And I was like, all right, fuck what Ruben talking about, right? And it's Willie Barcina's up top.
Oh, that night, because you did it more. I remember that night. Willie loved you, dude. Willie
he didn't love me when we did Temecula, but I ain't gonna say
but
nothing.
when he saw you, the crazy
He
part
called
is,
it back. He called back
Willie,
one of my jokes.
Willie Barcina, shout out Willie Barcina, is a comedy snob.
Are you serious?
Snob. And I remember him goes, hey, bro, who's that guy? I go, oh, man, that's Ray Grady. He's like, he's fucking funny, bro. He's fucking funny.
He didn't even know I opened up for him in Temecula at Pachanga Casino.
But that's the dope shit.
I told him.
But that's the dope shit about Ruby Tuesdays. It puts everybody on a level playing ground.
His show is you get way more people of all walks. His room is very colorful. You have Indian, Indonesian, Polynesian, African, Anglo-Saxon. And you'll have everybody, and the Latinos, and everybody's in there. And they there for comedy. They're not there for who they don't know. I mean, who they know, right? They're there for like just for him.
They just want to laugh. Yeah, they want to come see me. And
when Ruben comes on and put on the show, and Dominique called, she said, "Nigga, I heard you had a good time there, Grady." And she was like, "How you like it?" I was like, "I hate Ruben because I don't want to perform for other people. I don't want to perform for my folks."
For black folks. Yeah.
And then Ruben talked to me. Literally, I told Dominique, I said, "Gee, Ruben talked to me for about 30 minutes that night, and was like, dude, when he says dude, he's serious. He doesn't say nigga, he say cats." Or dude. When he say it's cats out here, he's dead serious. When he say dude, all right, he mean it. So he talking to me, and you talking to me. Yeah. I'm on the porch, and I'm like smoking my cigar, and he was like, look, cats need to hear you. Dude, Grady, get out of your way.
Yeah.
Like, the niggas is there. Gold. He said, nigga, you do commercials. And there was nothing I could say.
Yeah.
After you said, nigga, I'd seen the commercial. You do commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted to be like, well, Ruben, white people don't fuck with us. Because if I get into a room, I'm going to insult them on purpose. Dude, because it's funny.
Can I tell you, I got several DMs that goes, where your daddy?
Oh, shit. I ain't going to drink no water. Are you serious?
So.
I'm about to cry.
The point I'm trying to make is, like, comedy is truly universal. I've been all over the world performing comedy.
You had DM saying, where's your dad? Where's your dad?
Yeah, there's like, who's that dude? And to me, that's what Ruby Tuesdays is about. I performed in South Africa multiple times, Australia, New Zealand.
What's the guy that does the rooms over there?
David Cow.
The other, he got a compound word name. Buckhouse.
Oh, you're talking about Basket Mouth in Nigeria.
Salute.
Shout out.
He sent me some on Instagram, yeah.
Shout out Basket Mouth. We couldn't agree on the money, but.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
Yo.
Real shit. Why they don't book Michael Blackson in Africa? This me and you.
Well, it's the cameras here too.
Put the cameras here.
I can't answer that question.
You full of shit, Ruben.
I can't answer that question unilaterally. But I can just tell you from the people that I talked to was they just felt, just the people that I talked to, that he wasn't a representation of what they wanted as Africans. You know what I mean?
His mother and father is from there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I'm Haitian.
That you are.
I'm Haitian.
That you are.
I'm
yo, let me ask before you get into it.
Okay.
So, because don't pick your water.
I got my apple juice.
Pick your water.
I got my apple juice.
Let me tell y'all something. Ruben is fluent in Haitian Creole.
Well, all right, let me keep it 100. So.
You know what to talk. So if I want to meet a woman.
Oui. C'est vrai? Ou besoin mettre une femme? Ma fait ça pour. Now let me just say this.
So I want to get a chick with the sepu, right?
Sepu.
So, yeah, her.
Yeah.
So I say, so I want you to narrate it, like, I want to take you out to dinner. Oh, wait, I want to say, what's up, mama?
Un besoin al manger avec.
I want to take you out to dinner.
Besoin de manger avec.
Where you want to go?
Besoin.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Besoin
Oh, besoin.
manger
Manger.
avec.
What?
Yeah. So, but here's the funny
I got
thing.
lost right there.
Yeah, you got lost.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. When I meet a Haitian, they realize I ain't shit.
What that mean?
I didn't grow up around other Haitians. So most Haitians that you meet in the United States, they grew up in Miami, they grew up in New York, they grew up in Boston.
Boston is a ton.
New York, Boston, Miami.
Miami, it's a ton. Little Haiti in Miami.
Of course.
I got to tell you my Tony Rock story.
I'm born and raised in Los Angeles where there's no Haitians. So the only Creole that I spoke was with my parents and with my cousins if they came to America.
So they say, Ruben, sac passé.
Sac passé, na boule, bien. But to Haitians who are around Haitians all the time, my Creole is horrible. I'm watered down. I'm like, yo, nigga, we need to get you some Haitian food. We need to get you some Haitian music. Shout out to my boy Bashir, who's super Haitian. Like I'm
Franz
blessed.
Cassius is Haitian.
Franz Cassius is Haitian. And I even told him, I was like, dude, you grew up in New York, yo. You grew up in Brooklyn. So
Brilliant.
you grew up around Haitians. So for me, when Russell Peters, one running joke that he has with me is like,
He ain't Haitian.
no, he ain't Haitian.
Oh.
He's 100% Indian. But when he found out I was Haitian, every time he see a Haitian, he'd introduce me to him. So when I met Andre Berto,
That's some comic shit.
yeah. So when I met Andre Berto, the boxer,
I was going to say the boxer, the brown skin dude.
he was like, yo, my boy Ruben Paul, he's Haitian. And he was like, okay. And Russell was like, how come Haitians are never excited to meet you, but you excited to meet them? I go, because it's like being Mexican in LA. You're not gonna get excited when you see another Mexican because there's just so many fucking Mexicans. But for me, being in Los Angeles, there was no Haitians. It was such a big deal for me to meet a Haitian. So I get excited whenever I meet Jean Pascal, the boxer from
I know who you
Montreal,
talking about.
Berto,
Khalil Kane, he's Haitian.
yes, Kango from UTFO.
Kango Kid.
He's Haitian. So whenever I meet Haitians, I'm excited because I didn't grow up around any Haitians.
Really?
So to me, it's like a connection to my culture.
Wait a minute. The nigga who did the Pee Wee Herman? No, that's Joy. What's his name? They came out the same round time. UTFO, Roxanne. He's Haitian?
He's Haitian. Real deal Haitian.
Oh shit.
And I spoke to him like right after Christmas. And one thing that blew me away was
So y'all say s'il vous plaît.
s'il vous plaît?
That one. Y'all
Yes.
say that?
S'il vous plaît means please.
Really? Instead
Yeah.
of saying please.
Yeah. So
Too many letters.
he told me that Wyclef,
Jean.
yes, when he found out that he was Haitian, he was like, dude, I'd have wished you'd have came out and said you was Haitian before because it would have saved me a lot of heartache growing up because there's no Haitians to be proud of.
Damn,
I gotta use the bathroom. Can we pause this motherfucker for a second? I just gotta piss, man.
Man, I ain't never had
This fucking, yo, one day I'm about to piss on myself. Oh shit, my apologies.
Man, what the fuck, Ruben? Yo, what you doing with that old ass bladder?
Oh shit.
Y'all can go pee. What the fuck is y'all? Man, y'all going to piss. Oh shit. We hold on. Let's see. Oh, we got time. We got a few more minutes. What in the fuck? Man. Omar, you could go in there, man. Ain't nobody gonna hear you, man. Oh my goodness, y'all are ignorant. Stay ignorant, mama. I swear. That's why. This is why. Is the camera rolling? This is why I love my people, right? I'm up here with this Teddy Pendergrass shirt on. And my nigga in there, he about to kill himself because his bladder done got weak. You know, so that nigga got to be at least 50 years old. I don't know how old that nigga is. I don't have these old ass bladders. You know what I'm talking about? But he really had to pee. Now, if this was some hunky shit, but I forgot it. We gonna keep niggas here for an hour. When you gonna do Jimmy Kimmel, they gonna do 4 minutes, and then they gonna sit down, and 7, maybe 8 at best. But you know, I love that nigga. I hope he washes his hands. So Alpha Nation, this what I like. It's men shit. This is why I set the tone for men. We're the beginning.
Oh shit.
Now
My
you
bad.
straight. See, coming back.
I ain't drank in a while, man.
Got that
You gotta be-
bullshit ass bladder.
Yo, you gotta be drinking this apple juice, bro. That shit ran
Yeah,
through-
man, we drinking. I got my apple juice in a good ass cask.
Man.
I don't say no cask.
I was
Wyclef Jean.
So Wyclef had told Kango, he goes, dude, I wish I'd have known you were Haitian growing up because it would have made my life easier. Because
Oh, that's right. UTFO came out way before Wyclef Jean.
way before. So you gotta understand, man, when you're like, even when we talk about black images in America, you know, we want to see people who look like us.
Huh? It's over?
Oh, my mic cut out?
So what we gotta do? It's
Check.
he dropped it?
Oh yeah, I had
You dropped
dropped
my
that.
shit, man. Ruben, you gonna have to give me $300.
Man, I got you, nigga. Whatever
What
you
the
need.
fuck, Ruben?
It's back. We good?
I bet we good.
Um,
Go ahead.
Continue.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you from the West Coast,
Yes.
and then growing up listening to UTFO as well as, well, you didn't grow up with listening to Wyclef, but
Well,
you grew up
yeah.
with, I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So what was it? What was the,
Well, I think
how did UTFO, or was that Wyclef saying to UTFO, or was that UTFO saying to
no,
Wyclef?
it was Wyclef. He actually showed me a video of Wyclef on stage
Okay.
saying like, yo, Kango, you like
The dude.
the dude, you know, you real Haitian. So, and the point that I think Wyclef was making, being raised in Brooklyn, I think he was
Jersey.
Jersey.
He's from Jersey.
So for me,
You talking about Wyclef, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
so I think for me there's a lot of Haitians in Jersey.
Tons.
So in California, there was really none when I was growing up.
How many here? You think?
I don't know. There's more now than it was when I
1,000?
was growing up. I can't even guess.
Okay.
Man. So I just think from my perspective, I understood what I told Kango was, even Wyclef being from Jersey, being around Haitian culture,
Yeah.
me being in Los Angeles without any Haitian culture, it made you look for something to connect to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you growing up in the hood, you know, niggas is niggas. You see a black person, you automatically assume
Connect.
they're African American.
Yeah.
But when they found out I wasn't African American, they was like, yo, where the hell your family from? Why you talk so funny? Why y'all talk like that? You're not from Africa? You're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you look for people you can connect to, or you can be proud of, or who you can, you know, identify with. And I think when you grow up, like even being African American, when you see positive images, when you see people getting it, when you see people successful, that
Yeah.
builds your self-esteem.
Fuck yeah.
So that kind of fucked with me a lot, because I told Kango this, and I think Wyclef said this to him, is there was a point in my life where I was ashamed to be Haitian, because nobody knew the Haitian culture, and all they did was shit on me growing up. And as a kid, you didn't know how to defend yourself, and I couldn't tell them about Toussaint, and I couldn't tell them about Du Sable, and because I didn't.
Du Sable?
Yeah.
Now, for those that don't know, Chicago was founded by a Haitian immigrant named Jean Baptiste Du Sable is what we say. But he said Du Sable. So I said, what did you say? So it's Jean Baptiste Du Sable.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how I pronounce it now. There could be a Haitian watching this like, that nigga watered down. He didn't even
They be
pronounce
like,
it right.
oh, oh. They be like,
no.
oh, oh.
Mes amis, gare betis, next about the girl being, no? So
I want to meet women like that.
yeah, so it's when you meet other Haitians, for me, it's just for me to connect to my parents, to my family, to my heritage, because I never had that growing up. All I was trying to do was assimilate and fit in. Like when I started doing stand-up, for years.
You dope, man. You do. The one thing about you, you dope, because I've seen you in your shitty Dodgers outfit, right? I'm not a baseball nigga.
Yeah,
I don't really
you
care.
shit on my Dodgers.
No. But I'm saying it was like your DJ was dope. Everybody is dope that come to Ruby Tuesdays, right? Ruby Tuesdays used to be a restaurant in Chicago. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew
Absolutely,
that.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we go to Ruby Tuesdays, in the way you spelled it,
Yes.
from the Instagram, I was like, dude, smart.
Mm-hmm.
This is why people don't really like to really go help Haitians. They beat the French and the Italians.
And the Brits.
And the Brits. So these motherfuckers is on an island by themselves with no assistance from the other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, from Toussaint to maybe when Wyclef was trying to run for president, over there. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like Haitians, no one fuck with y'all because you guys are considered refugees when you come here. I remember in the 80s, and they would have the boats, and they would see you motherfuckers in the Atlantic Ocean and the salt water and just in
Nobody
the shitty
helping
boat.
them.
But they didn't say nothing about the people from Grenada. They didn't say nothing about the people from Trinidad. They said everybody from Haitian refugees.
Fuck out of here. Yep.
Because you niggas beat the Anglos.
Well, I'm sure, because it got really popular.
Because I'm well traveled in this book shit.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm well
Absolutely. That's one thing that I respect about you is because I know you're knowledgeable about the shit that you talk about. And I think a lot of times when you think about the Haitian culture, a lot of people don't know or understand the history of Haiti and what they represented and how a lot of times, I don't know, there's just a lot of divisiveness. But when you talk about immigration in America, where a lot of other cultures are welcomed in America, Haitians weren't welcome. And we know now through being popular in social media, how the French basically extorted the Haitians. So
say it again.
Extorted the Haitians.
So he said all the French, everybody was in France.
Yes.
They full of shit.
Yeah. Well, because
Because they colonized Haiti.
They colonized Haiti, and then when Haiti beat the
dog shit out of them.
Beat the dog shit off the island, they got with these other countries, the Brits and all the different people that you're talking about.
Italy. Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we won't come back if you agree to pay us a certain amount of money. And then
what was it, like 80 million, some shit like that?
Like billion or some shit like that. Haiti had to pay back. And I think Haiti just recently paid it back, within the last few years. So that just tells you the level of
the resilience.
Yes.
So you think about
and why our country has suffered for so long. Why Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere.
Because people don't want to help you guys.
Because people don't want to help Haitians. Because of the history, because of being independent, because of standing strong and beating the white man off of their land.
Haiti is the only country that I've seen in my time where I would go to Black Holocaust museums. Okay. The first one I was able to go to was the one in Milwaukee. Right? I was going to play the cat. His name was Dr. Cameron. Okay? His image, I'm going to find the image and I'm going to put it up on Alpha Nation. The United States government gave him a building for $1. A building, 3-flat building for $1. Not an apartment building, an actual commercial building, okay? Me and my team go to Milwaukee. I was going to play his life story. Johnson Controls was going to get behind it. Pepsi, all of these companies was going to get behind the film talking about he's the only Negro that has survived a lynching. I'm playing him.
Wow.
Tiff, there go Tiff over there. She'll tell you. So, I get there. Dr. James Cameron is his name. I get there. He takes us through his museum, right? You hear chants. You hear the wood crackling from the sounds. You hear the chains going across the wood planks. You hear babies screaming. You hear people throwing up. This is within the first 15 feet from the fucking entrance door into the museum.
Mm.
Then you walk in, you see a big ass wall, like 15 feet by 30 feet up in the air, and it's Billie Holiday. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit. To the niggas that don't know nothing about strange fruit, that means lynching black folks.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the shit going, and they have the countries from the South, from the redneck South, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, etc., right? Then you go to the Emmett Till murder. Then you go to King's assassination. Then you go to the beautiful little babies in Alabama, Birmingham.
The church.
The church. Then you see Toussaint, Gabriel Prosser, Denmark Vesey. I'm like, who are them? Who these niggas?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, these revolutionaries. I get it, but I want to know these niggas' story.
Yeah.
Right? Toussaint, you know, they say Olive Tour, but some people, you know, Chicago be like, oh, Venture, but, you know, they don't speak Haitian. But you know what I'm saying.
Imagine everything you just said. Imagine growing up in an environment where you weren't proud of all that. It's crazy to say that now.
Okay.
Like, this nigga, you dumb as hell. How are you not proud of? But when you're just trying to fit in in the 80s and the 90s, and you're a kid and you just you're in a black neighborhood and you just want to be down, and not really, even though your parents might be telling you one thing, but like I say in one of my jokes, it was Haiti inside the house and it was
United States
outside the house.
The crazy thing about that, once they showed burning necklaces. So those cats that don't know what a burning necklace is, they would put me, my camera guy, and Ruben together. And they would put a big earth tire around us, and they would set the bitch on fire. Okay? This is what they did with niggas. Okay? So now, the women, they would say, my camera guy, he's an alpha. Ruben is an alpha. Grady's an alpha. They would say, Isaiah is the top in the family. We're going to put his ass with, you know, lassos, both wrists, ankles, time to 2 Broncos. And at the same time, we're going to smack his ass, and we're going to split Isaiah. We're going to split Ruben. We're going to split Grady, so that the woman can then get into a disarray. Do not upset the Anglo-Saxons, because these niggas are demonic enough. They would kill our husbands. They would kill our brothers. They would kill our men. Okay? So now, or the father, right? When you go to Haiti, Haiti is the only country. Even when they did the movie Amistad. Even when they did the movie Amistad.
Yeah.
Salute to everybody that did Amistad. Right? I love Amistad. I watch Amistad because I feel like
that was Jaimin Hansu's first big break. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, the brother that played, I forget his name, Denzel, whatever his name is, the British nigga. You know,
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah.
But him, right? So the dope shit about that was being in that museum. Then you go to sisters talking about struggle. Then he got a dope mural of Marvin Gaye when he said, "What's going on?" When you get the Black Panther Party, Stokely Carmichael, Bobby Rush, Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover, they got all of this shit in there. Then you got the Haitians. Then I say, well, man, what happened to Zopound? Why Zopound ain't in there?
Mm-hmm.
Zopound is a street gang, but it's really about nothing but Haitians. It's like we are united force. That's what that means. So here on Alpha Nation, this is what I do. I salute my own. I'm not Haitian, but I'm black. I understand where he's coming from. I understand his parents, what they went through. My parents is from the South, just like most niggas are. You know, they have roots in the South and all that type of shit. So
Salute, brother.
salute, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yo, tell my people where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media at I am Ruben Paul. And I have a podcast called The Best of Everything, Ruben Paul and my boy Johnny Sanchez. And then once things clear up, we'll be back at Ruby Tuesdays at the world famous Laugh Factory. Salute.
This your boy Ray Grady, man. This your boy Ray Grady. I'm gonna bring Ruben Paul back because I really want to hear what he has to say. And I want y'all to do it. So everybody out there, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And I will see you guys next Wednesday. It's your boy Ray Grady, Alpha Nation, at Grady Comedy, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Please like, share, subscribe, as well as comment, good or bad. I don't give a damn. It's your boy Ray Grady, Ruben Paul, and we out of here.
We out. Much love.
Salute Posh Luxury Imports.
Ooh, but the scent of your perfume was still